we can continue by adding the commands to log a user in and to log them out. So what we can do is simply copy and paste the intents we already have. So let's start by copying the make it dark, and just below we're going to paste it right here. Now the intent is not going to be make it dark, so we can change it. And we're going to make it into an array that's going to have two strings. Our user can say something like log in with a space in between, and also something like log in, like this. Although I think Alan would immediately notice that these both mean the same thing, just to be sure, we're going to add them both in here. And then finally, we have to do something. Now, as soon as the user says this, we simply want to issue a command, and that command is going to be login. We don't need the mode at all. And in this case, we're going to say something before we actually log in. Because if you think about it, the login command is going to redirect us from our Filmpire page. So we need to say something before we actually redirect. In that case, I'm going to copy this and just paste it above the issuing of the command. And in this case, we can simply say something like logging you in. Great. Now we can copy this, paste it below. That's going to be log out or log out. And we can say logging you out right here. And the command is going to be log out. Now I have a challenge for you. Keeping in mind how we implemented the make it dark and make it light, would you be able to implement the logging you in and logging you out functionality using Alan right here in the code? Try pausing this video right now and try implementing it on your own. I'm going to count down to 1 and then I'm going to show you how to implement it. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I hope you tried it out and that you were successful, but if in any case that didn't work for you, let me show you how to implement it. So we are still getting the command in this case, and we simply want to look for a command called login. So what we can do is just add an else if right here and say else if command is triple equal to login. If that's the case, we have to do the same thing that we're doing inside of our navigation bar once we actually click login right here. And as you can see, the only thing we're doing is calling this fetch token function. So let's import the fetch token function from utilities also inside of our Alan function. I'm going to copy this line, go right into Alan and paste it here. But in this case, it's going to be /utils. And the only thing we need is fetch token. So what we can do is simply call it in the same way we're doing straight inside of our navigation bar, login click right inside of here. Great. And finally, we need to add one else if, saying else if command is triple equal to log out. In that case, what do you think? What do we want to do? Well, we have to do the same thing that we're doing on the logout. I think our logout button is going to be inside of our profile. And there we go. Logout. Local storage.clear and then window.location.href is just /. So we can basically copy these two lines, go inside of Alan, and paste them right here. Finally, let's test out our functionality. We're back on Filmpire, and I'll first try to log out manually. There we go, and now let's try to log in using Alan. Log in.
Logging you in.
There we go. We're gonna click approve, and we are indeed logged in. Now let's try to go back, and let's try saying log out. Log out.
Logging you out.
That worked perfectly as well. And again, you can see that it wasn't that hard. We added just a few lines of code here, added just a few more lines here, and that added the connection from Alan AI straight to our React application. Great. Login and logout functionality using Alan is also done. In the next lecture, we have to focus on choosing a genre, also creating a random genre, and searching for absolutely any title that a person might want to search for. We're going to also implement a few Easter eggs. So let's do that in the next lecture.